Well, all right. Um. So I haven't DM'd in a long time, so this is gonna be terrible, guys. So, but yeah. But first of all, like I'd like to say thank you to Ray. Like you've been running games for us for a while, and I know you've been having burnout. Like it gets hard DMing, so like we do appreciate it because like if you hadn't been doing it, our group probably would have fell apart by now. So like serious, heartfelt, thank you.
No problem.
So I'm gonna try to pick up the mantle for a little while. And I think I just deleted my map.
Oh,
It's a good start.
Yeah,
Great start.
better.
Great start.
It's better when I deleted that enemy. I was like, you know what, you guys what?
All right, so who hasn't ran this?
Oh, what the fuck? Why is my camera just stop working?
I ran
Have
it
you,
3 times.
have you? I've ran it.
I think Christian, you ran this. Right?
Yeah, we ran a little bit, and then like our group fell apart, and then we stopped.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, it never goes the way it's supposed to go, so don't feel like you have to necessarily stay on the rails because they've done everything from zombie apocalypse to
just fall off the rails. That's all you have to do. Just
the elder elemental eye getting involved.
What the?
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, Faerun was destroyed, causing some kind of temporal time warp thing through the astral plane into an alternate dimension. So, yeah. Let's see. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to start off in the Moonstone Mask, which on your maps will be right here. I'm assuming everybody knows the Moonstone is?
Say again?
It's
I'm
an
assuming-
island.
Well, it's a floating island, about 100 feet above the ground in Neverwinter. When did the spell plague hit? I believe that like the area around this thing like got magically whatever, and then like lifted up, and so now it's like a landmark. The way this is starting out is all of you, for one reason or another, found a flyer on the streets. And it's basically something simple. You need money, and somebody's offering to pay people to escort a cart. Following the instructions on the flyer, you've made your way to the Moonstone Mask and find yourself sitting in the middle of a crowded tavern waiting for your patron to arrive. So, as you look around the table, that's a little loud. There we go. So as you look around the table, you see that you're not the only person that's responding to this flyer. You see 3 others sitting across from you. What do y'all see? We'll start with you, Kim.
So you see a woman with short blonde hair, about in her 30s, dressed in really fine clothing, like a long riding coat, really nice shirt, riding pants, and really nice leather boots. You see a long sword next to her with a raven on the hilt. And yeah, she's just kind of sitting there studying the flyer.
All right. Sitting next to her, we'll say Christian, because this is just the order on Discord. Gotcha. All right, Ray, that's what you're observing as you're sitting down the opposite side of the table. What do they see when they look at you?
The first thing they would see is the indigo fur with the snout coming out, and the slitted eyes that are now dilating, staring at Chris's character because he smells like death.
What race is Indigo?
He's a tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
Oh, okay. A cat. Okay.
A cat person.
Khajiit smells kuma.
All right, and finally, Miguel. What do you look like?
Well, when you see Marius, you see just the kind of... He has a very handsome, jovial quality to him. Very lighthearted. But there you get a sense of there's more of like a dark secret to him, but he keeps it to himself. It's because of, it seems like he's trying to cover some, but it's all in his lightheartedness, and he kind of has this very singy-songy type of voice. You see a bunch of instruments on him. He carries a viol, a flute, and a little bongo drum set. It's like very small, super like miniature, kind of like it's like you could play with two fingers, kind of like this, kind of. Yeah, he's just enjoying a beer.
All right. So you've been sitting here for probably about 20 minutes. I'm not sure who you're waiting on. And all of a sudden, a short, balding dwarf approaches the table. Looks like at some point his clothes might have been nice. You might have considered him a noble, but at this point they're really kind of ragged, dirty, tattered a little bit. You see his beard is kind of unkempt, especially for a dwarf. And he's holding, looks like a satchel, and then he's got this, so like a map case. It's about like this big. It's got ivory on it, and you can actually recognize the metal on the end. It's shaped like dragons coiled around the ends. And you can tell that it's mithril. It's got a little bit of a bluish sheen to it as the light hits it coming in from the windows. He stands there for, oh my god, I think our chair's breaking.
You're doing fine.
He didn't say that. It's not what he said. He looks up, like, really, this chair's fixing to go down. If all of a sudden I fall, y'all just keep RPing, and then I'll be back, hopefully.
And I have everything recorded.
So he looks up, kind of brushes it away. He's got his hair is like a goldish, it's almost like an orangish color, but it's like speckled with white and some gray in with it. You can definitely see the roots and the part of the hair, how it's, starting to show quite a bit of white. He looks around at you. Supposing you're here for the flyer. You're the ones wanting to escort me cart or not?
Yes, that's what this flyer said. And I just show him the flyer.
Alright. What I'm needing is a cart escorted down to Fandolin. It's about a 3-day journey. Pay you each about 20 gold each. Is this something you'd be interested in?
Yes.
May I ask what we're transporting?
Oh, it's just mining goods. Pickaxes, food, tents, stuff of that nature. I've got an excavation going on in the area. Just need to get me supplies down there.
Marius looks at his pouch and sees it's pretty light. And he kind of looks up and he's like, I think I'd could use a couple of gold. 20 would be just right. It'll last me a couple days.
Alright, what about the rest of you?
Inigo is in.
You two?
I will be going as well.
Assuming that everyone needs to fill their coffers, I could only assume I might find the company of death.
I knew it.
I'm not sure you're going to find death on this. Just need my court escort. What are you? Are you sick?
We fall to be sick once or twice throughout our life, I shall say.
You see the dwarf is kind of like really put back by this elf.
You're a strange one, you are. That's fine. My name's Gundren Rockshaker. Like I said, I've got a cart. It's going to be leaving the South Gate in 3 days. It's about 3 days' travel. South down the high road. You take the Tribord Trail until you see the trail heading south to Fandolin. Now, you need to meet with Marty McFlea. He's a halfling. He'll be loading the cart. You get there in the South Gate, find him. He's got a little shop each side of the gate. Go in there, he'll get you set up. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow.
God, I cannot do a fucking dwarf at all.
Yeah, shit's hard. Doing good, man. You're doing
I
fine.
can't do it. It sucks. Oh my god.
You're doing great, man.
I was still like everybody talk like pirates.
Yeah.
To really throw people off.
That's fine. Dwarves are all pirates.
That would be a cool concept.
It would be.
I'm going to be leaving on tomorrow. Me and a friend Sildar. We're heading down there. He's going to be escorting me. Now, you might as well know. There's been rumors on the trails, on the roads. Shadows. Night. They say men, perhaps, I'm not sure. Just people talking, getting freaked out. Could be scared farmers, I'm not sure. But just watch yourself. There's plenty of crazy people and cultists out these days.
Now he's Australian.
That's so bad!
This is why I never played dwarves.
That's not a beer. This is a beer.
What I'm trying to say is, you've got to be careful. Be vigilant, keep your eyes out.
As he says that, behind him, wading through the crowd, you see a man. He's about 6'3", human male, probably mid-50s. He's got black hair, salt and pepper, with a particular amount of white over his ears. Think like almost like Captain whatever from Benedict Cumberbatch from the Avengers, whatever he played.
Doctor Strange.
There you go. Something like that going on. Got chainmail on, but the noticeable thing about his armor is above his shoulder, he actually has a griffin head as a pauldron. He's got a long sword draped on his side. You can see with the long sword it's actually got, it looks like perhaps gold. It's been shined and polished up. His armor looks immaculate. He's got a beard. Once again, salt and pepper, but unlike the dwarf, I mean, he is like pristine, like straight up clean cut and everything. He approaches the dwarf, looks over to him, nods. This is Sildar. You want to tell them about what they might face? The human stands, looks to all of you, and kind of gives you a nod as a greeting. What we've been hearing is there's a cult on the move. Perhaps you heard of the dragon.
Dragon.
They're followers of Tiamat. I've heard them. quite sure on everything, but there's been rumors. And in the south, there have been towns being attacked. People have said that they've seen scouts and strange things in the evenings. So just be vigilant, watch yourself. Also from the mountains, there's been goblins coming in, and even rumors of orcs. So just be vigilant.
He nods his head to each of you, looks down to the dwarf. Now, will there be any questions? So as
you said the 20 gold, is it going to be split up amongst us, or is it 20 each?
It's going to be 20 each, he says, and he's pulling something out of his satchel. He pulls out a little piece of paper and plops it down between you. Well, I had a little piece of paper. There we go. Plops it down, and y'all can all see that it's a contract. What I'll have you do is just sign your names here. When I get there, I'm going to go to Barthen's Provisions. It's on the north side of the town. Give him this, and I'll give him your names. Once you return this, he'll give you your payment.
All right.
More like a will than a contract.
You see Ashdoc kind of look at empty space kind of near him. Yes, I am aware of that. I don't think they are aware that they are perhaps in grave danger if they shall continue, but I shall look over them. And as he stops talking, he kind of looks at the contract. He bites his hand, his thumb, and he to prick himself, and he just kind of dots his thumb on the contract.
Inigo admires her gloom.
When he's talking to himself, can I feel any kind of evil coming from him?
That would be an insight check.
Ray, look at my character sheet. If you look at the flaws section, just that way you can see what just happened.
Okay, what are you trying to figure out, Kim?
Okay, I'm already seeing a really pale elf, gloomy, and he just started talking to himself, looked over, and was talking to, I guess, an imaginary friend. So I guess I'm just trying to see if he's all sane, or if he's, I don't know, if got an evil aura about himself.
You think something's off about him? You don't necessarily,
Mainly knowing that I'm going to be traveling with him, I just want to see how I feel about him. If I have to keep a closer eye on him.
You don't necessarily think that he's crazy. You think maybe he follows some weird religion or something. You're not quite sure what, but you don't think it's necessarily one of the more popular, like Helm or Selune or stuff like that.
Okay.
So with that, the dwarf, seeing all of you signed it, he brings it back, he looks it over, and he takes out another parchment. You see him pull a quill and a little bottle of ink out, and then he writes your name down. And what is your name? I can't read Thumbblood.
You can call me Ashdoc.
Astalk. These people get stranger every day. What mother would name their child Astalk? So he writes the names down, shoves it in there, slings the satchel over his his shoulder. You know, you can see him kind of tuck it under his arm. He gets the map case, and this whole time that you've been talking to him, you see he's kind of protective of this. He's been keeping it pretty close and stuff. So at this point, he puts it into the satchel, brings it down, and looks back. "Well, Sildar, you about ready? We've got more preparations before we leave tomorrow." See the human slowly nod to him and turn to start walking away. The dwarf once again looks to all of you. "Remember, north side of town, Barthen's Provisions. He'll get you paid." And then he turns and starts wading through the crowd.
Well, I drink to an easy job. Looking forward to making some easy money.
He picks up his tankard, and he's kind of just like looking at like.
Inigo laps at his tankard.
Strange drink you commoners come across. By any chance, do you know how this is fermented of?
Is that my drink? Whose drink are you taking it?
It was your drink.
What the? Well, by all means, I guess that's you do it. I guess. Huh? Hey, can we get another one here for me?
You see, you see a young barmaid passing by a couple of tables away. You wave to her, and you see her look over at you real hurriedly. And as she sees you, y'all lock eyes, and you see her blush. She starts kind of like fixing her hair. She rushes over to your table. "Yes, what is it, sir?"
Can you bring another one of these for me? Just refill it for me. It looks like my friend here took mine, I guess. You want to have it? Looks at Ashdock. Yes, it looks like he's having that. So, make that just one for me.
You can have it. After he like takes another sip from it, he just kind of puts it on your side of the table. And then he looks over to the empty corner again. "Yes, I can see it. She might need someone to protect her on her way home tonight."
How do you know these things?
I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
It's like you're a mind reader or something.
If that'll be all, do you still need that drink? You can see this girl starting to back away, looking at this elf like, "What the fuck?"
He wishes to mate with you.
That is absurd. I cannot mate with someone that shall perhaps pass
No.
to the afterlife.
That one. Points at Miguel's character. I can smell it.
Whoa! I just met you guys today.
So, you look up and the waitress is gone. She just
Don't worry,
kind of
my friend.
backed off and disappeared. Matter of fact, Kim, your character can see her grabbing a cloak and dashing out the door.
Oh dear.
Marius, I believe you have scared our hostess.
You know, that's the first time that's ever happened, and it only happened because you guys are here scaring off the pretty ladies. Now, Mr. Furball here, can you stop talking
Inigo.
out loud? Things like Inigo? Nice to meet you. I'm Marius. And he reaches over to shake his hand.
Shakes your hand.
Whoa, got a set of claws there.
You don't have claws. He like inspects your hands really closely, purring.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Just you know, if we're gonna work together here, try not to scare off the ladies, you know, and friends. We're here to make friends, not make enemies. I'm sure we're gonna meet enough of them out there, as you well know.
All right, Kim and Chris, y'all both make a perception check. All right. All right. So everything's fine to you, Kim. You just kind of, or Selma. I'm gonna have to learn y'all's character's name. So Selma, you're just sitting there. Everything's fine. You don't really see anything going on. Ashton, you actually see the door open, the one that people have been coming in and out of, but all of a sudden you see that waitress there, and she's got her cloak on, and she looks in and she's pointing, and standing behind her is this big burly half-orc.
Oh god.
And you see him starting to wade through the tables toward y'all.
I believe we probably will be facing some ill company within 5, 4, 3.
And sing us a song.
Next thing you know, Marius, standing right behind you, is this big. He's got brownish colored skin. One of his eyes, instead of being white, it's red, and then the other one is a white color. He's got a couple of scars on his face. He's huge. Like this half orc is pushing probably 7 foot tall. He's got a top knot going on. He's wearing some kind of armor, but he's got like sackcloth clothing. No sleeves, and you can see his arms is ripped. He looks down. Y'all been giving her problems?
Yes, my friend here wishes to mate.
Oh God!
So
Sorry.
I'm so sorry for
when you say that, what? He reaches down and grabs Marius by the shoulders, picks him up, and you see him drawing back to hit him.
I reach over across the table, and I grab his tankard again, and I start drinking from it. as this is happening, and Ashdog
Right.
just starts drinking.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Wait.
Hey,
My roll?
you got a time. Go. All right. Wait, it's not adding the initiative. What is it?
We have to touch. We have to
Oh,
have our
yeah,
tokens out.
That's
That's
right.
what it is.
Oh,
I'm just gonna throw y'all down.
Oh, there's 2 of me.
Oh, is there?
Not anymore. I got it.
And I need to find my token. Here, this will be my.
I'm on the river. I'm being swept. I'm being swept by the river. Oh wait, wrong way. It's going this way. I'm going swept on the river.
God, I forgot to set all of this up. See? Sorry, I was on a rush job trying to do this. God, I'll just do that. Alright, so... what did y'all roll? So... see.
Oh, not real nice. I'm gonna change mine to what I originally.
Alright, so Miguel, he was picking you up. So
Oh shit!
but
Like
What were you gonna
wrestler
say?
picking me up?
like he reached down behind you and grabbed both of your shoulders and was picking you up out of your seat from behind.
damn.
Uh,
I'm so
well-
sorry.
I was going to kind of go down on my knees and start begging and just telling him, listen, sir, have you ever been in love? Love is a splendid thing.
You can see his face kind of squinch up a little bit. Yes, that's my wife.
Oh. Oh.
With all due respect, you have a very beautiful wife. But,
So
with all honesty, there was no foul play here. Our friend here, the feline friend here, he seems to have smelled some hormones of mine. I don't know,
This is
but
going
it's
well.
perfectly human.
Very
From
potent.
perfectly,
All
but
right,
it's
tell you
only
what.
half of me that's doing that.
Make a persuasion check.
Are you good at persuasion?
Let's hope the bard
So-
is.
Yes. 14.
You see him kind of stop for a second. It's like he's mulling it over. You lie! And then he's going to attack. So at this point, Ray, we're on you. You see this half where, like, he's got him by the shoulders picked up and he's got his hand up like he's fixing to club him on top of the head.
Alright, since Inigo likes this human, he will defend him and claw the dude's face.
Alright, give me an attack roll. An 11. Yeah, you go to scratch him, but he's actually quick. He's just quick enough. Like, as you claw out, he just kind of moves a little bit. You miss him by inches.
I tried.
Well, better try. These are your fault.
And he'll scuttle under the table with his movement if he has enough.
Alright, next is going to be Miguel.
He is going to. Okay. So he picks out his little drums and he does like this little fast drumming, and he starts whispering something to you.
Oh! Oh, man.
Nice.
It's like the snake eyes. Like, bloody, blada.
I don't know. Is this not whispers? Isn't that supposed to be
Is that
a save
I thought
instead
that
of
was
a?
DC, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh wait, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold
Supposed to
on.
be a save.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a save.
I don't.
What's
see.
your spell DC?
12. Hold
It's a
on,
wisdom
wait.
saving throw.
Please.
Oh, it's not showing the stuff. Hold on.
Target makes a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. And on a save, the target takes half as much damage and he does not move away from you.
Okay, so what kind of save is it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom
Wisdom.
save.
Wisdom.
Plus 1. He got a 9. What was the DC?
Yeah.
12.
So,
Mr. Ed.
as you do this, now does he take any damage?
3d6.
You gotta click on
3d6.
where it says dissonant whispers. On the there you go.
There we go.
Damn.
So, as you do so, he, and he grabs his head, and he starts, like, screaming, and he's, like, running through the bar, like, bumping into people and shit. They're, like, dropping their beers and stuff, and he bumps between these two guys that, like, they're just as big as he is, and he, like, cuts through the back of them. Both of them stumble forward and look back at each other and think that the other one pushed them. You can just see this playing out. All of a sudden, fucking fisticuffs breaks out around the bar around you. Everybody's going fucking crazy. You see people picking up chairs, beating each other with them. You see fucking little, like, people, like, the halflings and shit trying to, like, dive under tables and stuff. People are, like, busting beer bottles, stabbing each other.
I think it's best we go.
Yeah, right, and then and there, Marius takes one long swig of his quick swig of the rest of it, what's left, and heads out.
All right. So you're making your way to the door.
Is there any clear openings that I can see?
At this point, the fight he broke out like right through the middle of the room, so you can see that it's like spreading like a fire further and further out onto the edges.
Do I see the orc's wife around? Where is she?
You don't see. Yeah, you don't see her. You see the orc though. He's like over by the door, trying to like fight to get it open, just screaming.
I try to find another entrance that whatever's the clearest entrance to in the back, maybe if there's a.
You know from your previous trips here that there's a door going to a little VIP lounge in the back, but you're not sure what's back there. Other than that, it's just like a big open room with the door being. You would come in the corner on this side, like over here, and then it opens up this way with the bar being in the corner next to the door, and then there's a hearth over here, and you're sitting back in this corner. You know, over on the far across from the main door, there's a door going into like a little VIP area. Like I said, you're not sure what goes on. There's also a set of stairs going upstairs to where the rooms are next to the exit.
I knowing that I just want to get out of the building and not be stuck there in a dead end, I will not head up to the VIP area. I will just go throughout the front and just avoiding.
Right. Make me a dexterity check.
Man, good luck.
All right, yeah.
21.
So you're like wading through these people, and it's actually the rest of you watching. It's like a sight to see. It's like a fucking gymnast doing all kinds of crazy acrobatic shit, just dodging between people. At one point, you see like there's two guys fighting, and he actually reaches over, grabs one of their beers, takes a drink, sits it down on the table as he makes his way out the door.
It's like part of the choreograph.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
Right,
Jack
so-
Sparrow.
Selma, what are you doing?
She just kind of shakes her head, can't believe that all of this is going on. She'll grab her pack that's next to her, put it on, and she's going to try to make her way out.
All right, give me a dexterity save.
Can I just shove my way through?
Sure, give me an athletics. Yeah, so as this fight's going on, y'all just watch as the paladin just starts pushing her way through, knocking people out of the way. Like a couple of times somebody would like stand up and like scream at her like, "Ah!" And when they did, she just right in the face, knocking people out. So there's like this like you can kind of see like this path starting to form in the middle. First where the bard waded through, and now there's like bodies laid on the floor. All right, Ashtok, what are you doing?
On the table we're sitting on, you said it was located on the far end.
Yeah, it's on the
Towards the
opposite
back?
corner, towards the back corner. Yeah.
I'm just gonna get up, and I'm assuming that's probably like away from the chaos. If I go towards the back.
Yeah. You get back in the corner. Like most of the fighting's in the middle of
in the middle,
room.
right. So I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna grab like a. I'm gonna get up, walk towards the back, and if there's like like an empty table with like a full tankard, I'm just gonna kind of look at it, like inspect it to see if it looks good, and then I'm just gonna take it, sniff it, and then I'm just gonna walk off towards the back holding the tankard, and I'll take a swig, and then I'm gonna go to the back and see if perhaps there's like another way out, just to exit.
All right. In the big room you're in, you can see that it's just windows and wall, but you do know there's like a little VIP area back in the side.
Okay.
You can go check in there.
I'm gonna open a door. I'm like
Alright.
to see what's happening. Just
Okay,
like
so you-
really clueless look in my face, like a lost puppy, like kind of trying to figure out where I'm at. Like, but like I'm like hunched over and shit, like trying to figure out what's going on. Like while I'm like holding my tankard, like.
All right, you give me a dexterity.
A dex, man, this is gonna be great. Where is it? Dex save.
Oh yeah. So while you're doing this, you're holding this mug, you're stooped down, and then for some reason, you hear a voice that just tells you to look over to the side, and when you do, this little gnome just comes flying right in the face. You end up taking
Ales everywhere.
1 point of bludgeoning damage as this gnome like headbutts you. You stumble back into the wall, you drop your ale, the gnome hits the ground, and you look down, he's not moving. Nobody else seems to care.
I look down while it happens, and confused, and then I cast Spare the Dying on him, just in case. And it's like the equivalent of like just doing like the whole God, I can't even remember what the fuck it's called now. I can't even.
The last rites.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the equivalent of like my patron's like last rites. I just do, and then I just walk off, trying to figure out where the exit was.
All right, yeah, you get to the door, looking inside. You open it up and you look inside, and you see a nicely furnished room. There's carpets everywhere, lush furniture. They've actually got like fruit trays out and stuff. There's wine on all the tables, and you see like several well-dressed patrons just kind of sitting there looking at the carnage going on behind you.
You said like well-dressed patrons.
Yeah, they're the VIPs of the place. They're just kind of looking past you like, what the fuck?
I'm just looking at them and just flabbergasted, like.
Inigo, what's going on with you?
He's just on all fours, straight for the exit.
All right, give me a dex save.
Oh god, it's not gonna end.
Yeah. So let's see how bad it is. Oh god. Okay, so as you're like crawling and you're actually making it through, nobody's noticing you. All of a sudden, you hear, look over, and in slow motion, the biggest Goliath you have ever seen is falling backwards. I need another dex save. Give me a dex save. So, in an amazing feat of agility, you do this little roll as it just boom lands right where you were. You keep going, and I need another dex save because you rolled shitty on the first one.
Come on, dexterity save.
All right, so as you're getting to the door, you get there, you go to grab it, the door flies open, and you see two men in plate mail with matching armor that you recognize as guards. They come rushing in past you and knock you to the floor as they come running in. Order! Order!
Get them! Get them!
Alright, so Marius, you just watched the guards come in. You saw your poor Tabaxi friend get knocked over. What are you doing? You're standing outside the Moonstone Mask at this point, and it's actually really a pretty day. There's, clouds in the sky, birds, singing and chirping and stuff.
He is kind of dusting off himself and just straining himself out. At this point, he is kind of just waiting for everybody, so he's just taking out his vial. And he's kind of just playing a couple notes here, just kind of trying to be inspired from the experience just happened.
All right. And Selma, what are you up to?
As I step outside, I'm just going to actually start heading towards Marty McFlea.
Okay. So you're heading to the south gate?
Yeah.
All right, Ashduck. So you're standing there in this doorway. Carnage behind you. You see the the noble patrons, these well-dressed people looking at you, and then out of the corner of your eye, you actually do spot an exit. Over toward your right.
I just, while I'm kind of like holding the remains of the tankard, I look over to them. My apologies for the intrusion. I was just looking for the... there it is. And then I'm kind of like almost gesturing to go. And then like I walk backwards, like back to them. And then I just like grab like a berry. And then I just start walking out.
Okay. So all of you make your way out, and now you're standing up on this. You're standing up on this floating island. Oh, that ain't it. That's the wrong one. That's it. You're standing up on this floating island, and a crowd is gathered at this point. You can see people like trying to look in and see what's going on. You actually see that waitress. She's kind of around some crowd. You see a couple of guards talking to her, and you hear about the sexual harassment that was going on and how they possessed her boyfriend and or her husband and all of this bad juju going on.
It's like awkward silence.
So do I actually hear her saying this to the guards, like her pretty much lying her ass off about us?
Like, yeah, I was in there and I was just trying to get a drink order, and then they were threatening me with blood, and then they touched my titty, and I didn't know what to do, and I got my husband, and now he's like all possessed, and it's just so fucking crazy. Oh my god!
Now let's all calm down.
Yeah,
That's him! That's him! Oh my god! Guard, like, turn around, draw a sword. What are you doing? What have you done?
I have a right to state my case, sir, if that's okay with you. I oppose, to this lady who's hysterical here. I am calmed in nature and can explain everything that happened. Would you care to listen to my side of the story?
You see the guard look around. Okay, what is it? You see him kind of, he don't sheath his sword, but he kind of puts his sword down a little bit, and he's pushing the woman back, into the crowd so like other people can console her while he hears what you have to say.
And then he takes his vial and it's like, do you mind if I add a little music?
I would rather you just tell me the story. What happened?
Well, if you insist.
I do insist. No, you're wasting time.
Basically, my friends and I were having a drink, and the lady came to offer her services, and my cat friend here had...
He's walking away whistling.
He had extorted the fact that I might have been attracted to the lady, smelling some kind of essence of me. And as you could see, she's very quite attractive. That seemed to have scared her. She also heard my friend here, he points out to Ashtuk. He was talking to what seemed a ghost or some kind of dead entity or something.
Am I there since I was at the back end of the...
You're actually, at this point, you come around the corner.
Okay.
And you see them talking, and you start hearing...
I walk towards them, and I'm walking like with a tankard that I pretty much took from the from the establishment, and I'm just walking kind of confused.
Right, so he's pointing at him as he's walking.
I missed anything?
Yes, you see, so that guy, he was just talking some crazy stuff, and that seemed to even alert the woman a little bit more. And she just scurried out and brought her husband, who happens to be a half-orc, and it just, he just got the wrong impression of the whole situation. He seemed to be very offended. Then everyone started fighting. I don't know what happened. That's basically it. we just got out here. Here we
Give
are.
me a persuasion check.
Not
13.
bad.
The little comments
bad
to kind of nudge the DM one way or another. Did anyone see this happen? Is there any other witnesses?
I step up.
Okay. What happened?
What?
No, she's one of them. She was with them.
Selma is getting kind of pissed off with her pretending the way that she is. And so she pulls out her amulet and she states, I am a paladin of Helm. We take our oaths very seriously, and I will not lie. What he says is true, and she is exaggerating far too much. Yes, there was comments, but it wasn't harassment.
You
At
see,
that point, y'all hear the door open to the tavern, and you see the half-orc stumbling out. I'm blind! I can't see! They've done witchcraft! Help me! And he, falls down, and he's doing, let's see how he does. Okay, he is doing one terrible. He rolled a 2. He is doing the most terrible. He's laid out on the ground, and he's like, woe is me! Whoa, where is my love? You see the guard kind of look over. Is that her husband?
That it
Yes.
is, sir. Yes.
You see him kind of frustrated sheath his sword. Just get out of here while we break up this melee. I don't want to see you around here again.
Well, I can't promise you that, but I'll do my best. And he gives us a smile.
yes, I can see he's trying to do his best impression, but I don't think it works all the time. Perhaps this time it will.
You see the guard go up to the door, open it, and you can still hear the fight going on. As a matter of fact, whenever he opens the door, he dodges a beer mug as it flies past him. Hey, no! Stop that! You hear him, he runs off in there. The orc is still laid on the ground. Oh!
I cast Spare the Die on him.
Again!
Shit.
And I go to him and I go, perhaps death will be the end of you, but perhaps not today, my friend. As I come towards him and I give him his last rites in the form of my patron, and I cast Spare the Dying as a bonus action.
As you do that, you just he's like, whoa! And you see him open one eye and just kind of look at you. And then he just kind of stops and brings his hand back. And then he kind of gets up and then tries to go scurry off and hide in the bushes.
Alas, my queen has fulfilled her enlightenment upon yourselves. Well, good day. Perhaps what I saw was probably just a haunting of someone's past, and not perhaps the tavern's ill-fated wife.
Sure.
At this point, the crowd outside is starting to dissipate a little bit. You don't hear as much commotion going on. It seems like maybe the guards are wrangling up. You hear, instead of stuff hitting the wall and the door and stuff, you hear more kind of shouting going on. And you notice that with the crowd breaking up, several of them are making their way to the left of the front of the building. There's actually, it's like a big portal, what it is. It's got there's runestones sticking up out of the ground with like a half circle, and then etched inside that is runes. It looks like maybe written in Dwarvish or something. Not that they mean anything, but it's just got kind of like that Dwarvish feel to it. And then in between that is a purplish pinkish portal that's swirling around. And you see as people walk through it, they're appearing at a similar portal about 100 feet below, down in the Protector's Enclave, and then making their way over toward the merchants in that area. Oh, how am I supposed to? All right. So, Kim, you said you were going to make your way to the south gate?
Yes, to meet up with Marty.
All right. So y'all watch as... What is your name again? Thelma makes her way toward the portal. As she steps in, you watch as... it looks like her body almost kind of like just pixelate and then disappears. You see like some little sparkles going down to that that lower portal as she appears walking out of it. And she ends up making her way. You see her wade through the market, heading south, actually toward the graveyard area.
Can Inigo stick like half of his body through the portal and see if he can see his other half up top?
Yeah, he can do it. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
You stick like he sticks like his upper body through, and all of actually it would be you, Miguel. You see just this cat's ass stuck through this portal, and then down below you can see his hands like holding on to the side of that rune, and you see his ears. You can't quite get your eyes over past the runes far enough without completely going through the portal, but Miguel, you can see him down there, but Ray, you can't see yourself.
He'll shout out, "Hello, Inigo's tail!"
What are you trying to do, man?
I can't hear him, right?
No, you're about 120 feet away.
Inigo's tail looks pretty.
Have I seen a portal like this before in my travels?
Roll a... What would that be? Just roll a history.
History.
Actually, roll it with advantage because you're a bard.
I roll it. Did I roll it again, or? Because that was pretty bad.
I don't show where you rolled it.
Oh. You want to see that?
I don't see it. Does anybody else see his rolls?
Mm-mm.
No.
What's your intellect bonus? Or
My
your,
what?
history. What's your history bonus?
It is.
You rolled a natural 17. Yeah, you've seen these whenever you've been doing like private.
He walks naturally through it, and as he's doing it, he just spanks Inigo's butt.
Ow.
He's like, just go in. What are you scared of?
You don't know Inigo's a professor. He makes his way.
All
right.
What are you're a teacher?
Yes.
What do you teach?
Nature.
Oh. That's interesting. Might be useful when we out in the wild, huh?
He just gives a
The kitty, that's a teacher. The cat, that's a...
Wait, what did you just call me?
Uh-oh.
His ears go flat.
Isn't that what you guys kind of identify as?
Say it again. I dare
Judging
you.
by the way your ears are, I'm going to.
That's better.
D-line's better? Okay.
But I still
Alright.
love you. Purse.
Listen, I appreciate you having my back in there in the bar, but can you kind of like try to keep your observations to yourself when we're in public? It might, prevent further skirmishes like that again.
An eagle can't help it. Socially awkward.
Well, that's yeah. Well, self-awareness is the first part, so just add that to your studies, Professor. Let's go. He shakes his head and he's looking for Selma.
You see her. She's probably about this point 100 foot ahead of you. You see her wading through the stall. She's passing some vendor. He's got a tent set up, and he's got like chickens hanging from their feet. And you're like, chickens for sale! Chickens for sale! He's holding one up, kind of waving it around. There's flies everywhere.
So you guys see Inigo, like, as he's flinging the chicken around, he just is fixated on it. He starts, like, wiggling his backside, and he's gonna pounce on it if no one stops it.
Chickens for sale! Fresh chicken! I've got two! Two chickens for the price of one!
Marius starts, like, snapping in front of his face to kind of get his attention. Here, listen. Hey,
What?
right here. What are you doing? You seem like you're trying to hunt. What are you hunting? It's already dead. You're right there.
You lie. Get away from me.
And he sees that he's paying attention to the dead chickens. Like, do you want one of those? Is that
You see him, like, lick his muzzle.
okay? All right, just relax. He goes over to the guy. Sir, how much for one of those chickens?
I'm selling them one silver for two.
1 silver for 2.
I am broke, like zero.
Okay, I give him have 1 gold. Well, I have 15. How much is gold to silver?
It's 10 silver and a gold.
Okay, I give him 1 piece of gold do you have change for this?
You see him, he reaches down, gets his coin purse. He sits the chickens down, like on this table between y'all, but they're like right in front of Inigo. He's digging out silver.
Eyes go wide.
Alright. Here, I'm just going to take one of these.
Wise choice, my friend. These are the most delicious chickens in all of Neverwinter.
Here you go. Okay, I'm good for the money. Just while you're getting that, and I take one of the chickens and I give it to him, to Inigo. He can't help himself. I'm just I got you.
I understand. They're just that good. Tell your friends. And he holds out his hand with your money.
All right. So I get 9 back. 9 silver. Okay.
Actually, quite good. Here.
Yeah, as you look at Inigo, you see feathers flying through the air.
Oh, wow. Were you starving or something?
No, get away from my food.
Whoa, easy.
No, it was dead, but it still had its feathers and stuff.
Hey. Well, I'm gonna just save this for later, and he kind of wraps up the chicken and puts in his bag. Might need this. Is this gonna hold you for now? Are you good?
He's done already. He's patiently
just
waiting
like-
for the other one.
It's just feathers and guts all over.
As you're getting that wrapped up, put in your backpack, behind you, you hear a dong, dong of a little bell, and you look back and you see a cow, and you hear a lady, fresh milk, selling fresh milk.
Oh god. Head snap.
Oh,
Let's
my
go. I can't take it anymore.
The freshest milk. It is sweet. Sweetest milk you can find in all of Neverwinter.
All right. Oh, hold on. Lady, how much for the milk?
It's 2 silver per quart. It's that good.
2 silver. Let me have a batch of milk, please. Here's 2 silver.
All right. You see her. She pulls out. There's like it looks like a water skin, but kind of small. And she's pouring some out of a thing, and she's just kind of looking at Ray's character. What is it? Inigo?
This is a Inigo, yeah.
Inigo. He's looking at Inigo. Your pet looks awful hungry. And she like holds it out, kind of looking worried.
Yeah, he's harmless. Don't worry about it. He just looks very ferocious and dangerous, but that's just all the fur.
I like your character.
All of a sudden, a ball of yarn goes rolling across
Oh
the
my
ground,
God.
and you see a man walk over and grab it. Oh, we can't be losing these now, can we? He puts it down, and you look, and there's a whole booth of all kinds of different colored yarn balls everywhere. Selling yarn! Balls of yarn for sale!
Inigo, Marius is still like counting his chins. I don't think he notices.
He's diving straight in.
You're diving in?
He's diving
me an-
into the yard.
Give me an acrobatics. Oh yeah. So as you're putting your money up, suddenly Inigo is gone. You look down, you look back, and he's airborne, just like swan diving into this big pile of yarn balls. He lands. You hear the vendor. What the hell? As yarn just goes everywhere, and you see him like laid there making snow angels in the yarn.
Oh, you yard won't get away from Inigo. No.
What is the meaning of this? What do you see? He's trying to pick some up. They're all filthy now. You have to pay for these.
He's got his hand like he has like a dead chicken in his bag and a water skin full of milk.
You come back
His
here!
hands are full.
They're stealing the yarn! They're stealing the yarn! You see him? He's like counting the yarn. I am missing 22 yarn balls because of your pet.
Okay, first of all, he's not our pet. I think he can speak for himself. And Mr. Inigo here, do you want to explain to the fine seller here of goods?
Yes, explain to me what you're doing.
He gets up, straightens his clothing out, and as soon as he speaks, like yarn comes out of his mouth. Excuse me. Indigo
That
is
is-
awkward.
22 balls of yarn. You see him? He's got a little abacus moving it around. That will be 66 copper. Or I can get the guards.
So Marius kind of like puts his hands up like to calm down, and he just looks really mournfully at the man, and he's just like, "Hold on, I have to confess something. My friend here, he's a special cat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
He nods.
he has special needs, and
Very, very special needs.
you know, I've had he just causes so much stress for myself, my family, and
Can't
but
help myself
he
around
means
the
so much to us, he means so much to us for our family, and if I will be happy to help you kind of get your goods here. How is this? How about I write a song to advertise for your business to get more clientele? Marius?
All right, so give me a persuasion check, and then you can add the D4.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, he didn't even have to
25.
have it. Yes, you're right. I haven't been selling a lot of yarn, and I've always been thinking it's because people just don't know about us. So, yes,
Very.
write a song about me. My name is Merrick. Merrick's Marvelous Yarn. That's what I call it.
Very
good.
marvelous indeed.
Very
You
marvelous.
see, he just kind of
And
like looks down at Inigo and just shakes his head. So special. Just special. I did have something in a deep black. Fortunately, your pet ate it.
So he takes his viol, and he starts playing a tune. And he's like, "Gather around, people, for the
Gather
beautiful
around,
yarn."
everyone! Gather around! Gather around! Hear the Bard song! Have at it, Bard!
And you hear a couple notes, and he's like, "Soft kitty, warm,
Louder! Louder, Bard!
little ball of fur, happy kitty, slippy kitty, purr, purr, purr."
Purr, 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 little kitty! Talk about the yarn! You're supposed to bring up Marik's Marvelous Yarn! Yeah, we secretly know you're tapping your toe.
Cool.
So it seems with your song that you've appeased the merchant. But at this point, Kim, who are you? Selma is nowhere in sight. Selma, you've made your way through the market, and you've actually reached the southern gate. And you look to the left, and you see a little shop, and you see a halfling there. There's an empty cart parked out front, and you see he's got a piece of parchment, and he seems to be going over it.
I walk up to him, like, good day, sir.
And good day to you too, Mom.
Are you Marty, that Gundren has commissioned for his cart?
That would be me, Martin McFlee.
Right. Would this be the cart that we would be taking, and when will it be done?
Might be taken where? Oh, you're the escort! Yeah! No, not ready. Nothing on it! Can't you tell? I've got the list. I'm trying to get everything together so that I can get it loaded. Fortunately, I've got really short arms and really short legs, so it's going to take me about 3 days.
I could give you a hand.
What are you gonna do with that, Anne, love?
Help you load this stuff up.
Right. Well, unfortunately, I've still got to buy it. You see, and there's like the list. And pretty much, from what you can see, it looks pretty similar to the contract you had signed. Gundren gave me some money. I've just got to get it all together so I can get it loaded. Unfortunately, I'm going to be starting that in the morning. Now, if you'd like, you can come back in the morning. We can catch a little breakfast, maybe go walk on the beach, and after that, we can load everything up. Might be able to get it done in 2 days with your help.
All right. Well, then I'll be here first thing in the morning.
All right, sounds good. Now, first thing to you might not be first thing to me. I think we need to start about 11:30.
What? Why?
Because that's first thing in the morning. Got late nights going on. Gotta pull a half a all-nighter. You know how it is.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's bullshitting me?
Yeah. You, based on how he's kind of acting, you think he probably has a nightlife. Likes to sleep in. I mean, there's nothing that you think he's maliciously lying to you.
All right. Well, then 11:30 it is. If there's going to be 3 others, a really pale, tall elf, a human, and a Tabaski with them.
A Tabaski? What
Yes.
is a Tabaski?
You know, the cat folk.
Oh, yeah, the cat people. I love throwing chickens at them. They go crazy.
I bet they do. But they are probably heading this way. Can you just inform them the same thing? And maybe they 3 can also help out, and we might be able to get all this done tomorrow.
We can do it. Now, that's what we're going to do. 11:30. Be here on time. I don't like to get started late. Don't want to be here working late.
That's fine.
All right, I'll be letting them know. I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you. And I'm assuming I've got a room somewhere that I've been staying at since I've been.
Yeah, you actually have a room at the Moonstone.
All right. Yeah. So I'm actually I'm gonna go find the Temple District
Okay.
and find one of Helm and go there.
Temple District. Wasn't that... Temple District was in the Tower District, wasn't it?
Fuck. I don't remember.
We'll just say it's in the Protector's Enclave. I don't know enough about it, and I'm not gonna Google
That's
it.
fine.
So, yeah. All right. So yeah, you make your way. What are you, Helm? You know,
Yep.
there's a small. It's not a temple. It's a shrine set up to Helm in the Protector's Enclave. So you start making your way there. I need the other 3 of you to make perception checks. See if you see her when she's walking by.
Okay.
Boom. Jesus doesn't see her.
Too preoccupied with the yarn.
He is pulling yarn out of his teeth. Oh, yeah, and Miguel, you're like watching this cat. Like, you're like, how the hell does he have that much yarn in his mouth?
I'm like super babysitter mode right now.
Yeah, you're focused on him, making sure you don't crap in the street. All right, Christian, give me a perception check as y'all are walking toward the gate.
Oh!
There he is. Yeah, we can hear you. Give me a perception. You can. Yeah. All right. So as y'all come walking by, Selma, you can do one too to see if you see them. But y'all are walking, trying to make it through. You're watching as this Tabaxi is like pulling yarn, and like he's already pulled like 2 balls of yarn out of his mouth, and it's like all intertwined and shit. He's like undoing it. You watch as Miguel's just kind of standing there disgusted, like, what the fuck? And he's trying to help it, trying to make sure he don't choke. And you're watching this. Selma, as you walk up, you just see this display of whatever you want to call it.
Pull it this
So,
way.
2 men and a cat baby.
What just happened? happened?
You smell
I'm so
like-
glad.
You smell dead chicken as they approach. Like there's something dead in the air.
Oh God.
You've got
hold
like milk mustache, got yarn.
Did you drink all that milk, Inigo?
You mean the snack? Yes, it was quite tasty.
Oh man.
I take it you guys had some fun in the marketplace? Like,
Well,
what
that's
the
a way
hell
of putting it.
Right.
That smell, I think it's me. Yeah, I'll take this. Here, have this while the grown-ups talk. He tosses the dead chicken to Inigo.
I mean,
Oh my god! It's a never-ending barrel.
So Selma, from behind him, you just see feathers going fucking everywhere. As people walk by, you see them look, and like a woman looks over, and she quickly covers her child's eyes and scoots them off.
Yeah, something to keep in mind. If we see any chickens or milk or yarn, we should probably steer this guy away.
Right.
No, he didn't.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Is that like your favorite color? Who are you talking to? You're just talking to yourself then. Right. Okay. I just went to go see Marty McFlee, the gentleman that Gundren, our employer, had hired with the caravan. It's not ready yet. He claims it's going to take at least another 3 days, and seeing how disasterly this went for the few moments, I could talk to him, and if we show up by 11:30 tomorrow morning with all of us, we should be able to load all this stuff up and head out. Unless you guys would like to just wait till 3 days and we leave.
It couldn't last an hour here. Yes, let's just get on with it. That's why I like traveling alone.
Right. Well, anyways, I'm heading up towards Protector's Enclave. I suggest you guys get some rest. 11:30, Southgate. Please do not be late so I can get this done.
Is there do I look around, is there a place for us to stay? Like, or do I in the contract have anything?
There's nothing in the contract about getting y'all a room or anything. You know that the Moonstone Mask. Well, hold on, let me roll for you. Actually, everybody roll a d20.
D20.
Yeah, just roll a straight d20. Yeah.
wow.
All right, so actually, all of you have rooms in the Moonstone Mask. And Ashtok, when you checked in, you actually found a little bag of coins on the ground, and you found 6 gold and about 3 copper inside of it. 6 gold, 3 copper.
Same here.
It was inside your hotel room. You're at the Moonstone Mass. The inn that y'all are just at, yeah.
Oh, sorry, how much did I find?
You didn't find any. You only rolled a 10.
Okay.
Sorry, Mars.
Actually, Jesus, you rolled a 19. You can have some too.
Oh, sweet.
You get 1 gold, 6 silver.
1 gold, 6 silver.
Hey, why don't you reimburse me that all the expenditures, sir?
We'll pay you back. Soon as we can. Not now, though. Oh, is this any character?
Yeah. Yes, Inigo.
Oh. Inigo needs this for research, yes.
Yeah, well, why don't you research maybe calming your instincts, your impulses?
This is what Inigo is. What's that behind you?
From the corner, like where y'all are standing at, you turn around, Miguel, and behind you, you see a vendor. And he's standing there, and you hear him calling out, "From the jungles of Chote, the macaw parrot. For sale, only 10 gold."
Uh-oh. Ears flattening. Inigo needs to freeze people.
Wait, what?
Inigo needs to freeze people.
I look to Marius. I'm like, is he serious?
I'm kind of just, I think I'm just going to let this one roll.
You can teach them to talk. They can. Yeah, you look behind the vendor and you see all types of like little small animals and stuff in little cages. You see there's like a horned owl sitting there, and you can see a chain around its foot going to the perch that it's sitting on. And then you notice on this this parrot that he's holding, it's got the same chain going to a thing around his wrist. This one here come through from Chote. Way down south, there's a peninsula called Chote. All right. So as you do, you see the owl like kind of like come back from you for a little bit, and then it looks to the side, looks over, and then it tries to bite you.
Oh.
15. So as you go to it, kind of comes forward with its beak. You kind of jerk your hand back just in time. Yeah, go ahead. Give me an animal handling.
Oh.
So as you're doing it, like you see it kind of like fluff up its feathers, and it's like getting all like its feathers are picking up and it's getting bigger, and you see its like neck getting longer and stuff. Give me a straight wisdom. Actually, no, give me an insight. You can tell. God, I wish you would have rolled low. You can tell that it's not liking this. That it's probably going to attack you. You see it. It's starting to like move its head up and down like this, and it's like kicking its wings out.
It's puffing his chest.
Yeah. All right. You got any meat?
Just a chicken and. I ate it.
You look at Inigo, and there's like some chicken in his whiskers.
Oh,
all right, give me another animal handling with advantage. So as you like hold that out, like it's the wings come down. You see the feathers kind of go down. Its neck comes in, and it starts doing this little chirp, chirp type thing, and starts hopping toward you on the perch, but till it gets to the end of the chain, and it's just sitting there, kind of looking at you. Then you notice it's like one eye looks at you, and the other eye looks down at the chicken, and both back up at you, both at the chicken.
Oh god.
Special though.
That right there, I think it's a horn down. Just not really sure. But that one's 20 gold. Well, what do you got in them coffers? I've had them a while. I might be willing to negotiate.
Are all the animals chained up in the cages?
They're not chained if they're in a cage, but any of the birds and stuff, you can see they have the little chain on them, and the other ones, they're just in the cages. Now you do notice there's like little mice, some that look like hedgehogs and stuff. They all look like pretty dirty, and some of them look malnourished.
Oh.
You being, having that bestial side, you can kind of pick up on that. Like, you can tell some of them are sick and stuff. Now, the birds, the parrot and the owl especially, seem to be in good health. You think he might feed the sick ones to the owl whenever he can't sell them?
Now, you don't look. He grabs you and kind of pulls you in close. I don't know. But you seem you might be kind of the unsavory sort. Now, just not trying to judge you by your appearance or nothing, but you just look like you might be a little unsavory. So, you look about 4/10 over. That man happens to owe me a little bit of money. You see that golden platter he's got over there? I reckon if you could take that from him, bring that down here to me, I could perhaps write off his debt and sell you this horn down. We'll call it square.
Has Marius seen all this?
Yeah, he's the old guy. While he's trying to be discreet, he's not that discreet, and you can see the animals are there for everybody to see.
What condition might that be? No, I feed them on a semi-daily basis.
Marius pulls Ashtok over. He's like, so you seem to be really interested in that owl. Is there a reason you really want that owl? Oh, so you just have an affinity to these animals here. Um, mm, oh, that's what you do, I guess. All right, yeah. And you talk to somebody there. Just don't know. We don't know who that is, right? Hmm. Hey. I like you. It's kind of like this whole yin and yang thing, you know? You know, from the Eastern. You can say that. You know, one goes up, one goes down, one goes left, one goes right. It's kind of like balance. That's what you're sort of into. Let's see if we could bargain this guy a little bit lower, help you getting that owl. Or do you want to seek more of a balance with all the other animals here? Whoa, that's very deep. So what do you want to do? Well, here's the thing. Either I could distract that guy, and you can get that gold platter he wants. If you want. I'm very good at distracting.
Do I hear you say this out loud?
Are y'all doing this quietly? Roll a perception, Kim. Are y'all doing this quietly, or are y'all just talking like in front of everybody?
Well, I did pull him aside. I pulled him.
Okay.
All right. Then we're gonna do.
No, and that's fine. Then I didn't hear that.
Well, we're gonna do a contest here. What would that be? Do a.
Well, wait. Did I hear the vendor? Did I hear the vendor say about the platter?
Disadvantage. It would be a
Okay,
disadvantage.
yeah.
So you
Then I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, hey, life's crazy like that. So, I mean, if you want to switch the rules, I'll be the one that takes it. I don't care. It's balancing the system, the whole thing.
So at that point, y'all hear. You hear the old man. He's starting to like hum to himself. You see him opening one of the cages, and he reaches in and grabs this mouse by the tail, and he hits it onto the thing, and then he holds it up in front of the owl. You ready to eat? Come on now, let's eat. You see the owl kind of pick his wings up and start doing this shit again. He holds it up, it throws its head back, he just drops it. You see the owl bite into it and then slowly eat it.
Gotta keep this one fresh. He's gonna make me some money. This all for sale. Straight from the jungles of Chalk.
We all know what we want to do.
Yeah.
Let's take an action.
You decide you got that money, or you gonna help me out with my little problem? All right. I'm listening. Not sure I want to tell you my name.
All right, yeah. So he's inside you, and he rolled a 3.
Yeah, I guess you're right. My name's Jethro. I'm from Red Larch, over in Dessard. I've been traveling around collecting them, see. And right there,
He points to the macaw.
I won that in a game of cards. Yeah, that and these cards. They're marked.
All right.
Well, I tell you what, I let you buy these. 15 gold. They'll make you more than that. But me, going straight. Well, it's real easy. You see these little marks right here?
So while he's doing that, what are y'all doing behind him?
Can I sneak behind him and try to open all the cages?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him disadvantage on. Oh my god! Make a stealth check. You gotta beat a 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. So you watch behind him is all of a sudden, and it goes like just fast as fuck. So while he's like,
Yeah, and so then what happens is you look right here and that tells you what the suit is, what's going on here.
animals are going everywhere. The macaw flies off. When he undoes the owl, though, when he undoes the owl, though, the owl stays there.
Oh man, I want to like dagger to the throat, but no, that's good.
He turns around.
Oh my god, I've been robbed! I've been robbed!
You see him, he's looking around, and there's like a little mouse spraying on the ground, and he's like running off chasing this mouse, but it runs under another stop.
You gotta help me, guards! Guards, you gotta help me! I've been ruined! It's your fault! You did this to me!
He's pointing at you now.
What am I gonna do? Old Bets is gonna kill me! I still got the owl. How much gold you got? I'll sell you the owl for your gold pouch. I can't, you gotta help me! You gotta help me!
Um,
Can you spare just one more? Just one more. Come on. I'm your friend. I'm your friend. Oh, damn it. Just take the damn thing. Just take it. You see him, like, defeated, is walking away from the stall. The owl's still just sitting there, looks over at him, and then all of a sudden, one eyeball looks at you, then looks back over. Might as well. I ain't got no money to do nothing. Damn it! He walks over, holds out his hand, and he's got the deck. As you put the coin in his hand, you grab the deck, and he's like shaking, like you don't want to let go of it. God, damn it! Ah! And he actually starts crying. There for a moment, you kind of feel bad for him. Oh no. So he's just standing there. I'm ruined! I'm ruined! Oh well. Wasn't my stall anyway. He starts walking off. As that's when y'all notice there's a pair of feet sticking out the back of the stall on the ground.
pair of feet.
Yeah, laid on the ground. You just see a pair of boots. They're kind of like under the table. There's like a tablecloth, and you see like two boots sticking out of it. It looks like a medium size.
Can I?
Yeah. All you can tell is there's two boots sticking out the end. Like you don't. Okay. I mean, it's not. As you pick the cloth up, you look under. You see this fat guy with this big bushy beard. He's got a turban with like this purple material, and it's got like sparkles all over it. A feather. He's wearing a little purple vest and a white shirt. He's laid out. You hear, and you look, and there's just wine bottles all around him. Looks like they've been hurriedly kicked up underneath there. Oh, God. All right. That point, you see the guy, he's walked off. The owl's still standing there, looking toward you. As you hold your hand out, amazingly, it walks over and crawls onto your arm. It seems to take to you. What's weird is you kind of feel some kind of familiarity with it. Like there's this bond, but you're not quite sure why. But it reminds you of your home. Yeah, it like as you raise your arm up, it kind of like side hops over to the side. As it gets there, it kind of like branches its wings out, does its neck a little bit. Oh yeah, you can kind of feel him like wiggling down on it, almost like he's making a nest out of the feathers. It's a marked deck of cards. Yeah, they're a better quality, and like they're well made. So when trying to, basically, whenever somebody tries to detect you using them, you get +2 to that check. Basically, your what is that, performance or whatever deception check? Yeah, sleight of hand would be +2 whenever you're using them. Now, they're not magical that you can tell, but like I said, they're really well made.
Marius. Yeah, I like cards. Who doesn't? Maybe I'll show you a trick or two. We could play some, hand too. Listen, I meant to distract the other vendor to take the gold platter and just do this really quick. So I was really confused what happened just there. Like, yeah, I was over there waiting, seeing the whole fiasco, and then this guy, I don't know, he just can't help himself. Well, there you go. You got balance anyway. Hey, man. I respect that. I was just ready to play some ball over there. If anything, I'm balancing what your whole thing you're doing here. I'm just balancing you, okay? Let's just keep it that way. Yes, I am trying, and I'm just looking at the space where he's talking to. Who are you talking to? Oh man, these couple next weeks are gonna be very interesting as he's playing with the cards.
In the distance, all of you hear, "Fresh chicken! Chickens for sale!"
Oh god.
So
he yells to the guys, "Joe, put those chickens away, man. Close your shop up. It's late. Nobody buying them chickens."
Yeah, at this point, it's probably about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, I thought it was 9:10.
No. You can see some of the shops are starting to close up, though.
Well, I'm ready to go to bed.
Okay. So is that what all of y'all are doing? Making your way to the inn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all make y'all's way back through the market, being very careful to avert Inigo's eyes from any chicken, milk, yarn, animals, anything that might catch his eye. And you make your way back to that pink portal. All of you cross through it, and you're instantly teleported back up to the floating island with the moonstone on it. The crowd from earlier you can see is dispersed, and off in the distance, like this is on the west side of town. So in the distance, where look out over the ocean, you can actually see the sun starting to set down on the edge of the horizon of the water as night begins to set in. Your owl hoots. So all of you walk up. You go open the door to the tavern and walk inside, and it's pretty, actually, considered everything that happened earlier, it's pretty quiet. A lot of the people seems to have been gone. You can see they've got a couple of servers that's still sweeping the floor. You see broken tables and chairs piled up into the corners. You don't see the barmaid and the half-orc anymore, though. As y'all are standing in the door, you know the stairs to your left would lead up to your rooms. Or you've got the entire bar out before you. And then, like, directly across is that VIP lounge that Ashtok had found.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but it's been quite an eventful day. I think we need to figure out a way to distract our friend here if he sees any of his temptations. Maybe
I
Do you
think
have,
it would
like,
be
a-
best to go away from the stalls. Maybe go around the market area to avoid that.
Well, that's a good observation, and we should definitely apply that next time we go around this area. Now, Inigo, right? What's your name?
Yes.
Is there do you have any dietary needs? Special? These are just impulses that you can't control. I mean, maybe we need to have some disclosure here.
It's Nigo's pastime.
And it's whenever it comes up, you'll have to pass that time. Correct?
Yes.
All right. I'll think about something. Might help you.
All right, y'all watch, and like I said, you see the wait staff cleaning the area up. Patrons are sitting down. Looks like some of them are having meals. Most of them are just drinking. Nobody's really paying y'all any mind. Y'all been standing there at this point for probably about 15 minutes. Are y'all wanting to go to y'all's rooms? Or you wanting to like get dinner or something? Or
I'm pretty. Nigo's pretty stuffed.
okay,
We'll go to his room.
okay. Okay. Yeah, you just walk up to the bar, and you see a blonde-haired human woman standing there. She's the one that had rented you your room a couple of days earlier. You know her as Lisette. And you walk up to her, and she looks to you. Yeah, well, they be.
Oh, you've got. Well, unfortunately, we've had a riot in here earlier, so a lot of our stuff got broken. All my wait staff's doing that. Matter of fact, I got my cooks doing it too. We do have the perpetual stew, though. Would you like some of that? Yes, it's got all kinds of meats in it, vegetables. I can get you some potatoes. Take a moment to boil them up. But yeah, we can do something. Raw meat. I see. Well, I'll see what I can scrounge up.
I'll have one of those stews. As Marius walks up and sits down.
All right. You see her. She nods to you. Would you like any drinks with this?
Oh, it's just a sweet ale.
Do you want one too? One for you as well?
Yeah.
All right.
Wash it down.
So she turns and there's a keg on the counter behind her. She pulls out 2 mugs, fills them both up, slides them in front of you. Behind her, it would be your left, you'd see it. Up against the wall, there's a hearth with a pot bubbling. And you see her take the ladle and dips it in. And she pulls it out. She grabs a bowl. And as she dumps it in, you swear that you saw a chicken skin and a couple of bones fall in with the stew. She dips it again, puts it, and you see like some little scraps of meat fall in with the juice. She slides it over, tosses you a spoon, and then she walks off toward the kitchen, looking for what you presume looking for his potatoes.
So he's getting the bowl. He's kind of playing around, he's kind of like scooping the stew around and just double checking what's in there.
As you do so, everything looks edible except, of course, the bones. You think they might be in there for flavor. It's kind of strange because there's like chicken in it. There's maybe it's pork or beef or something. Like it's just hodgepodge. There's potatoes, and onions, carrots, and just several different types of meat in it. The broth isn't necessarily thick like you would have with a stew. It's more like a soup. But it smells good.
All right. Not when I'm hungry. And he just kind of like digs deep and slurps it up. He's just like eating really loud and like with his eyes really looking at him. This is delicious. Why wouldn't I? And not the soul, right? Right? Am I right?
So about 10 minutes goes by. You see Lisette walking back holding the bowl. And she puts it in front of you, and you look down, and you can see it looks like maybe some boiled cabbage, carrots. There's like 1 or 2 potatoes in with it. And then this is all I could find. And then she opens it up, and you see it's like a little small chicken leg, but it's raw. She lays it next to that. At that point, Marius and Ashton, y'all see one of the waiters that y'all had seen earlier, one of the wait staff. They had been out picking up all of the food like the bowls and plates from all the tables and the cups and everything. So as they come back, they're taking the bowls and the plates and they're raking all of this food into the stew pot.
Oh. Mary's just kind of gags, like,
Make a con save. Yeah, so like as soon as you see that, like you feel this lump in your throat and your forehead gets really cold and you sweat a little bit. You feel the puke come up, but you catch it in your throat and swallow it back down.
Oh.
Oh, so
Yeah, you okay?
I think my friend was giving me a speech about the whole flesh thing, and it's just getting to me. Miss, are you guys recycling leftovers?
Yes, it's perpetual stew. That's what it is. You keep it in there boiling away. Put everything in there. It makes a wonderful, wonderful brew. What is wrong?
All right.
Do you not like?
You
Is
know
there
what?
something wrong with it?
You see her go over and she grabs a bowl and dips it, puts it in, and grabs a spoon and starts tasting it.
But it tastes okay to me.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. You're going to comp this meal for us and the ale as well. And we're not going to pay anything for the rooms today, unless you want me to just advertise the malpractice here of food debauchery you're doing here to everyone in this room and to everyone outside.
Are you not from around here? Because perpetual stew is pretty popular in all the ends around here. And people know what it is. So either you're trying to pull one over on me or you're not from around here.
I'm from all around, okay? And I don't care what you're saying. And no one's gonna. If everyone knows what's in that, they wouldn't want to eat that. I didn't
I
know
know.
that.
I know what's in it.
Well, you're selling it. Are you? And you're eating it. That's disgusting.
Look. Look,
hate when
how
these
long you
things
been
happen.
staying here?
Well, a couple of days.
Okay, let me see. What's your name?
She pulls
Marius.
a book out from under the counter, flips through it.
Oh, yeah, here you are. You're 4B. Look. I'm feeling generous. I'll give you one night.
Let's make
Here,
it 2
put in the
because
bowl.
tonight doesn't count.
I could give you none and charge you for tonight. My generosity only extends to one.
Next time, fine. But next time, you better advertise, what's in these things.
What do you think perpetual means, honey? It's perpetually stewing. That's why they call it perpetual stew.
I want to see the fine print next time, miss. That's all.
Right. Just go to your blasted room before I throw you out my establishment.
He chugs the last of his drink, but before he does, he kind of like looks at it and smells it, and looks at her, and he just has the rest of it. He shrugs. He goes up.
You hear as you
Unbelievable.
turn and you're going back toward your room. You see her grabbing the mug, throw it over here. She's wiping it.
Bloody foreigners.
So everyone's settling in for the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have any midnight or nighttime rituals or anything y'all do before y'all go to bed, or y'all? Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha. So as you get, I'm assuming you sit on the bed and do this. Do you sit on the floor? Uh, gotcha. You notice the owl get over on a small dresser, and it's just sitting there, and it's staring at you. And that's when you realize you've never seen this thing blink, and it just stares at you as you go into your trance. Gotcha. All right, the rest of you, y'all doing anything before y'all go to bed?
No, I'm good.
Marius is good.
Alright,
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so as night settles, comes in, all of you get comfortable, settle into these beds. Surprisingly, for an infant, these are pretty comfortable. And sleep takes everyone up. Marius, as soon as you doze off, you find yourself in another bed, in another room. As you look around, you see a female form approaching you from the corner of this room. She's naked. She climbs into bed with you, gets on top, and just for it seems like hours, you experience the greatest pleasure you've ever had in your life. As she looks down at you, the moonlight coming in through the window catches the side of her face, and it's an old woman, haggard, gross. It stirs you, and you shake, and as you wake up, you find yourself back in your room, but your body won't respond. You can't move. You feel this presence walking around you. From underneath your door, in your bed, you can see under the door, you see the torchlight, you can see something walking back and forth in front of the door, some kind of shadow being. You can't quite make it out. You see it getting closer. You try to make it out, but your eyes only open a little bit. Everything is blurry and fuzzy. It gets right up in your face. You feel its breath right up on your fucking nose. You stir, you wake up, you sit up, you look around in your room, there's nothing there. And that's where we're going to end session.
You just got laid, my friend.
The weirdest. I got like ghost raped or something. It was a Melisandre. Yeah, Melisandre.
Yeah.
No. Oh man. What a weird wet dream. Oh man. Okay. Okay.
No, actually, it's worse than that.
Worse than a wet dream. What's worse than anything could be worse than a wet dream. Ugh.
God.
All right.